I know it's been hella long. I know. I've been traveling, taking my mom away for her first ever trip in like fucking 30 years for her birthday. I've been delivering the results. I haven't been selfish. I've been hitting my goals and shit. And that's exactly what made me realize, oh crap, there's one super important topic that I need to cover to help you guys understand how the hell have I actually became 100k a year agency owner here in Croatia. Just by being a bit more selfish is how I've managed to do it. Like I've said earlier, I've been too focused on delivering the results to my clients, and I realized, oh shit, yeah, I can't go like that forever. You get me? Obviously, my main priority is still to deliver the results to the clients, to just help them constantly grow, because after all, that's what they've been paying me for, and that's how I make the majority of my money, through rev share. The more I make for them, the more I make for myself. But then I was like, let me be a bit more selfish and actually start getting new clients for myself. And that's exactly what happened a few months ago that actually allowed me to become a six-figure agency owner here in Croatia. Because realistically, everyone needs to go through this phase of helping clients only. And I understand that completely, especially if you're a setter at the beginning, or even if you're a coach, agency owner, at your, I'd say, on the top of your game right now. I believe you're genuinely one of the best coaches or agency owners out there. And I'm sure that you've been going through this like helping your clients only phase. But I'm also sure that at some point you realize, oh shit, it's actually time for me to get more clients for myself and to fucking scale. Because how the fuck can you actually scale without getting more new clients, right? And there's this loop that I always constantly talk about. You deliver the results to the clients, you show them all across any social media that you're using. Other people, obviously, when generating those eyeballs, other people seeing those results, wanting to get involved by themselves, then your killer sales team converting them, nurturing them, booking them in, and the sixth and final stage is them getting acquired as well, them joining whatever the hell you're running, program, agency, whatever. And then those same people getting the same results that they initially saw you posting. And that's exactly what my current, I'd say, stage of my business is in. That's the stage of my business at the moment. Me getting new clients. And that's exactly what I'm all about right now. Getting new partners, because I don't even like saying they are my clients, because, I'm trying to help them grow while also helping myself grow. Because like I said earlier, I make the money that I pretty much help them generate as well. Certain percentage of it, right? But like I've said, these moments when you're only focused on delivering the result to your clients is a crucial thing for any business or any sales career, whatever is it that you're currently doing, because it helps build the testimonials. It also helps build a great experience, I'd say, because I've been through hell of a lot with my clients, for example. I've been fighting with them, putting my life on the line to help them succeed as well, because once again, they've paid me to help them in any way I can actually do that, preferably through sales, setting, closing, whatever. It helped me build a massive amounts of experience, because right now I know exactly what I need to do in every scenario that I find myself in with the clients. So for example, obviously that's a super easy solution to it. There is a super easy solution to it. But when I started booking 7-8 calls a day for the client of mine, an agency I'm working with, we needed to open more slots, and then we hired a closer. But how to actually train the closer was the main bottleneck then, and I managed to get over it. I managed to create a certain type of system that now I don't even have to go through testing and shit. I can just, I'd say, teach that exact same system to someone else with me barely even being involved in such an operation. As a manager, I'm talking about. And that kind of an experience is crucial when it comes to you being a successful business owner, because the stronger the foundation, the taller the building. And I've been laying the foundation for this whole time, for the past, today is 9th of June that I'm recording this video. For the past 5.5 months or so, I've been constantly laying that foundation so I can confidently say, okay, right now it's time for me to scale to some big boy numbers, you know? And without any of this, I'd say, dry period for your own business, but super, super fruity period for your clients' businesses, you can't actually scale long term, because I'm sure you're not here to actually just be involved in a short-term game. You're here to take over, I guess, at least. If you're watching my videos, I couldn't expect anything less from you. But yeah, I'm sure that you're not here to take part, you're here to take over, you know? And not only that it helps you build testimonials and experience, it also helps you build the confidence, because I genuinely believe that this entire sales game, whether you're a setter, closer, or a business owner, is about energy. So if you're feeling confident, energetic, convincing, and just in general, if you're being a big G, then your vibe is gonna attract the tribe. There's a saying, I think, that goes like that. But yeah, you're definitely gonna attract people who can fully resonate with you, which will then, after a couple of months, will help you get more clients. Because right now, even though I'm rebranding Wolf of Croatia brand, not Setter Science anymore due to getting banned for apparently spreading hate and shit, I'm still getting people in. You know, I'm still getting some inbox because people see my vibe, see my energy, and see my confidence. I know exactly what I'm talking about. By the way, if you still haven't dropped me a follow on Wolf of Croatia brand on IG, it's gonna be in the description. But yeah, that's not the point of the video. And like I've said, for the past couple of months, I've been focused on laying the foundation, building testimonials, building my confidence, getting an experience within certain types of businesses, certain niches, whether that's contracting space, that's videography space, Airbnb space, I don't know, even appointment setting space itself, which is something I've been involved with since like 2.5 years ago. I've been doing that. And only now I'm like, yeah, I need to be a bit more selfish. And when creating those systems, when actually managing to create them completely, I'm like, yeah, now they don't need me as much as they needed me before. And that's exactly what I'm currently doing. You know, at that point, that's where you get selfish and start prioritizing your own growth over them. Because I'm sure that people who you want to be working with are not supposed to be brain dead, right? Because my setters, my killers have their own mental process, I'd say, so they don't need to be babysitted by me or by anyone else. Of course, for the first few months, yeah, they need extra support because it's a new business. Every business has its own KPIs, SOPs, ICP, DMing process. You need to represent values properly. But at certain level, at certain point, they need to start developing their own independent thoughts. And you're surely not to babysit your own clients, right? For some time, you manage to help them build that foundation for them the same way you're doing it for yourself, right? And then you can scale further. Obviously, hopefully, if you're delegating. But yeah, all in all, I needed to be a bit more selfish in order to scale. And that's exactly why I probably wasn't even recording these videos, because I was just, selfish. I couldn't care about some more extra things that I'd say don't help me grow as much as these things, such as, outreaching, prospecting, hopping on sales calls, having 5 or 6 sales calls a day and shit. But yeah, I'm at the point now where I'm scaling, and it's extremely crucial to start taking care about yourself a bit more than you are. Even though you guys are probably super chill guys, taking care of your clients and stuff, there is a level, like a certain point in time where you want to level up and actually become more selfish. And I literally wrote it down here because it helps you understand that you're capable of putting efforts into other people and that you're actually willing to fight for them, because if you can't do that for them, then what you're gonna do for yourself is way beyond that. That's what one of my setters actually advised me to mention in this video. Because when you prove to yourselves that you can scale someone else's business, because let's be real, your life doesn't depend on someone else's business, but your life genuinely depends on your own business, meaning that it's literally do or die time. If you don't make it happen, it's probably you getting back to the fucking 9 to 5, right? So if you manage to prove yourself and prove to everyone else out there that you can bring good results for someone that only paid you, right? Only, I'm saying only because realistically money is not by far the most important thing. Providing for a family is the one. So if you manage to do that, when your family's lives are on the line, you're gonna do way more than you've actually done for that business. And that's the thought process that I had when I was thinking about, while I was in Rome last week. That's the thought process I had literally while driving to Rome, and thinking like, oh yeah, I should definitely record this one because, you know, I provided for my family's trip. And I was like, yeah, you know, I could say I need to make that money back now, but it's not even about making the money back. It's about making more so I can provide them with such a thing again. Do you get me what I'm saying? And thinking about those things when it's like you against everyone, and when your backs are against the wall, when it's do or die time, anything along those lines, is when you actually start being overpowered, I'd say. You know, and that's where your selfishness is kind of justified, you know. And I'd say it's pretty normal for us all to go through that in this sales game, because I'm sure that you at some point have invested in any sort of education programs, agencies, whatever. You've invested your money, and I'm sure that you at some point with that specific person you invested in started feeling like he's not providing you the same amounts of support as he was providing you with when you only invested that money, right? And that's pretty normal. You might think, oh yeah, he's not a good service provider, but you can't expect to be babysit through an entire journey of yours, right? I've been with my coach for the past 6 months, you know, and I can't expect him to take care of me more than he's taking care of his own business, because, like I've said earlier, his family's lives, his entire future depends on him running a more successful business, which will not be attained, I'd say, achieved, whatever, while 24/7 supporting me, you know, because I ain't dumb. And it's pretty normal for him to take care of his own business the same way I took care of my own, which is exactly why I managed to just provide some nice things for my family, you know. You can't always be, I'd say, that centered towards your clients, because yeah, it's just law of the game. But not to waste any of your time. Hopefully you understood my thought process here, and hopefully you are going to be a bit more selfish in the future, you know, because you need more prospects to have, I'd say, a sustainable, profitable business without you actually being a slave of it, you know. So if you want to get more clients, obviously you need to organize your time a bit better, put your current clients aside, not fully of course, because you still need to provide them with support, but yeah, some things are way more important. Maybe I'm just being a delusional dickhead or something, but that's my genuine belief, and I definitely feel that that's how every single one of these guys out there are doing it, because like I've said, it's just a law of the game, you know. So yeah, if you ever feel like you'd need to delegate the workload, setters, closers, killer manager, of course, you know where to find me. You can just drop me a subscribe, see more of my videos how I'm doing it for other people, and yeah, let's fucking go. Keep smashing it, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.